to our competition of the public speaking for its third edition. Well, before we start our competition today, I want to dive my deeper congratulations to our candidates for the courage and commitment to share with us and to stand before all of us today to share with us their thoughts and ideas, which is truly commendable. So, before we pass the baton to our candidate, let us take a moment to understand the importance of the public speaking in our personal and professional lives. As we all know, the aim behind organizing public speaking events is to provide a platform for individuals to share their experiences, expertise, and their thoughts and ideas with an audience. It's a tool that helps fostering communication skills, building confidence, and spreading knowledge and awareness on various topics. Besides, it encourages critical thinking and the exchange of diverse perspectives. Public speaking is not just about delivering words, but also connecting with your audience, conveying your message effectively, and leaving a lasting impact. Certainly, recognizing that public speaking can be challenges for many people and daunting for most of us, it's important for us to stand by our candidates, offering them support and vigilance as they can take the task on. This solidarity, for sure, will help them alleviate to some of the pressure. Again, special thanks to the participants for their courage and dedication, who deserve a round of applause for their bravery and determination. And my sincere thanks also to everyone who made this event possible. And now I give the floor to one of the members of the jury, to Mr. Hisham. Thank you for your attention.
Good morning. In collaboration between Oxford Press and the Global Private School, I'm really glad to attend such an event with you. Just I want to emphasize something that English became more important than before. Before we used to have like few people who speak English, few people who give more attention to English, but now we are finding students, young learners, parents who want to speak, who read in English, who watch movies in English. That shows that English became more important. Even in higher studies, they are going to study in English. And these days, we had like some other disciplines, like for example, medicine fest, they study in English. So it's your opportunity to train yourself to become more, to become habit-free to speak in English, to do your performances in English. That will enable you to continue your studies and to have more chances either here in Morocco or overseas. So I'm really excited to attend and to see your performances. I know that you have done a great job, you have done a great effort, you and your teachers. So I want to thank you before you start. I wish you good luck, and I will thank all the administration, school teachers that have done a great job with you, and good luck to all of you. Thank you.
I think I'm well heard, yeah? So we are really happy just to join you as jury members today. On behalf of all the jury members, we would like just to let you know that we are not here only to judge the participants, but we are here to encourage you and to inspire you as well. So please be proud of yourselves, okay? We are really proud to attend this event today, and we really would like to congratulate Al Jabr institution for the great efforts they have done, okay? And here I'm speaking, about the efforts that have been done by the teachers the administrative staff, and everyone involved from the beginning till the end. So with these words, we mark the opening of our ceremony today. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. So I'm happy and I'm glad today to see all these faces. So I am really thrilled to introduce the talented students from Al Jaber School, and it gives me great pleasure to present the remarkable students who will be representing the school at this prestigious competition. And these young speakers, as we all know, have worked diligently to perfect their speeches and demonstrating not only their commitment but also their enthusiasm for public speaking. So I'm not going to speak more and immediately introduce the first speaker, Islam Hawash. She'll be talking about the navigating the high prices crisis, which is a very important topic. And Islam, good luck, the floor is yours.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So today my presentation will be talking about navigating the high prices crisis. So in my presentation, I will be tackling a global introduction, the causes of high prices, the impact on consumers and businesses, of course, the government responses, and some long-term solutions. So, when prices start skyrocketing, it affects anyone, whether it's groceries, gas, or everyday items. High prices can stress our wallets and squeeze our budgets. So, high prices crisis present a formidable challenge characterized by surging costs across essential goods and services. So in this guide, we will be giving you help and some practical strategies and tips to let you deal with high prices challenges. So, causes of high prices. As we all know, high prices can be caused by very various and different factors, such as limited supply. So when there's not enough of something to meet the demand for it, prices go up because people are willing to buy more and more. Second thing, the increased demand. If a lot of people want something, like during a trend or when something becomes really, really important, sellers can raise prices because they know people will stay to buy it. 3, production costs. If it costs more to make a product or the original material is getting raised in prices, of course the company's owners are going to raise the product's price. So the market speculation. Sometimes there's kind of smart people who thinks that if they bought a bunch of something, they can sell it later with a more higher price. So when the owners know that, they raise automatically the prices so those people can stop doing this. So finally, the government policies. So rules or fights between countries can mess up how things are made or sent around. This can lead to shortages and higher prices. So, as we all know, high prices really affected on consumers the most. So high prices can have several impacts on consumers, such as tough choices. So how high prices are? High prices mean you might have to cut back on things and choose between essentials like food and paying bills, or even buying things you used to buy before the prices are just like now. More stress. So dealing with the high prices can be more stressful. It affects on you more mentally than economically. So dealing with the high prices all the time can be really stressful, especially when you are on a tight budget. It can make you worry about you're going to afford things you need. Third thing are the prices, how prices are keeping going up. So high prices can lead to more prices going up, making everything more expensive. Fourth thing is changing how you spend. When prices are high, you might look for cheaper things, and the worst thing is that cheaper things has bad quality. Like cheaper things now are has very bad quality, so you're obliged to buy expensive things. So here there is a video about a housewife who
On my way to the grocery store.
who talks about her experience with high prices and how she knows just from diapers, because she has many children, how she knows just from diapers how prices are high.
On my way to the grocery store, mentally preparing myself for the sticker shock. Here we are. Wish me luck. Got my diapers. It might be something else for you. For me, it's diapers is really where I notice inflation the most.
So here we have some grocery products with the most price increase. As we see, those are the essentials, those are the food essentials that everybody needs. But sadly, the prices are increased and increased. For example, eggs are increased by 78.9%, which is so high. So, this crisis, of course, affected on businesses too. So high prices can make it harder for businesses to make money, compete, and keep their customers happy. First things first is lower sales. So when prices are high, people tend to buy less. So businesses sell fewer products and have fewer services. This can hurt their bottom line because they make less money. Second thing are the higher costs. So high prices for things like materials, energy, or paying workers mean it costs more for businesses to make their products. So if they can't raise their own prices, their profits shrink. Third thing is the harder competition. So if a business can't raise prices while others can, they might lose customers to competitors who can afford to keep prices lower. So this can hurt their market share and profits. Fifth thing is the bad reputation, it's the most important thing. If customers think a business is charging too much, they might get mad and stop buying from it. So the business's reputation could make it harder for them to attract new customers. So basically, government tried different things to stop prices from going out of control and to help people who are struggling because of high prices. So first thing, we have price limits. For example, helping businesses, making rules better, which means that they might change rules to help businesses compete and which keep prices from going up too much. We have also telling people what to do. Here we have some long-term solutions that everybody should do. For example, there are simple steps that can help keep prices from skyrocketing in the long run, making life easier for everyone. For example, build better stuff, let everyone play, find new ways, take care of nature, keep money steady, and work together. And finally, I know that dealing with high prices is tough, but if we stick together with a positive energy and some smart moves and some adaptable moves, we're going to deal with it. So let's stick together and get off this crisis altogether. We've got this. Thank you.
Thank you, Islam. Thank you. It was a very nice presentation. Okay, and then now immediately we move to the second speaker, Mehdi Zaroni. He'll be talking about a trending topic nowadays, which is AI or artificial intelligence. The floor is yours, Mehdi. Good luck.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for being here for the second presentation today. As the teacher said, I will be talking about a trending topic recently. It is artificial intelligence. So, for my outline, these are going to be the main elements that we'll be talking about. First of all, what is artificial intelligence? What problems can AI solve? How is machine learning related? And what are the examples of AI disadvantages and how can we use AI responsibly? Okay, what is AI? Artificial intelligence is the ability for a computer to think, learn, and simulate human mental processes such as perceiving, reasoning, and learning. It can also independently perform tasks that once required us. It once required our inputs, but now we can just give it the task and it will do it. As you can see here, with the visual aids, the first one shows that we have a brain. We have a virtual brain. It is made out of steel and wires. This means that artificial intelligence is like an artificial brain. It's intelligent. It runs on hardware. It learns from data, and it isn't conscious but excels at certain tasks. Okay, how does machine learning relate to AI? Although often used interchangeably, machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. This means that artificial intelligence is a bigger topic. It's the general topic, while machine learning is just a subset of it. It's just a part of it. It's technology that allows AI to work. Then, AI refers to computers' ability to mimic human thinking and perform tasks in real-world environments. Let's say you put an AI in a real-world environment. It's in a crossroad. It diverges into two paths. One is paved and one is rocky. Because of the circumstances, it will choose the paved one. It's valid, and that right there is reasoning. Then, ML, this is the definition of it, the exact definition. Machine learning involves technologies and algorithms that enable systems to recognize patterns and improve through data and experience. For examples, AI can be used in various situations. I chose these. For the first one, we have virtual assistants. This is two examples of virtual assistants are Siri and Alexa. You basically give them a task and it will remind you of it. You can talk with it. It will give you what you want. But let's say you're cooking something, you want a recipe. You ask it for it, and then it will give you the steps. Then you can do the steps as it tells you what to do. Then chatbots, which falls under the category of natural language processing, which means that it can translate languages. This is chatbots are the ones that we use to translate. We can talk with them and they will give us the information that we want. E-commerce is everything related to finance and economics. It can basically track which stocks, which shares are going to go up, which are going to go down, which are unstable, which are stable. Then navigation apps like Google, facial recognition, which is a very secure way to to make your mobiles, your phones, mobiles, houses, also vehicles recently more secure. Then autonomous vehicles like the Tesla. So for one of the examples of AI, we have with the AI robots. We have a humanoid one which has body parts. That's why we call it humanoid. It's called Sophia, has been developed by Saudi Arabia. Sophia is a realistic humanoid robot capable of displaying human-like expressions and interacting with people. It's designed for education, research, and entertainment, and many more. It can also talk about its ethics and the future of it. So, and it quotes over there that, okay, I will destroy humans, which means that it will destroy them financially. It will replace them in many fields. Many fields of work are going to be touched by AI. Not many of them are going to be untouched, but most of them are going to be touched and ruined because of AI if you do not control it. If it goes out of hand, that is going to be a big problem for our future and AI's future too. Then, what problems can AI solve? First of all, we have cybersecurity, which prevents cyber attacks. If we didn't have some antiviruses, our devices will often break, which means that it won't be financially supportable for us because they cost so much money. Then healthcare, which manages and helps diagnosis. We recently started using it with cancer. You can give it a patient and they'll give you what stage they're in and how they will turn out to be. Then research, like idea generation and finding data. I personally use AI for revising. You can ask it about what you want, about the lessons, and it will give you everything you need. Nothing less, a little bit more. Then transportation, which covers self-driving cars. It can also give you the best routes for best routes to get to point A to point B. Then the advantages of AI. Image and facial recognition enhances data security through face authentication. And medical diagnosis provides precise diagnoses and detects hidden patterns and reduces clinical errors, which can of course save lives, and that is very important. Customer service gains feedback and insights from AI analysis, which is product development. We need it if we have it, it's going to be a win-win situation. We are going to profit out of it because we are going to enjoy the products, while the people that made it are going to get more money, more fame and everything. Then recommendation systems, which keeps user engaged with personalized content. What are the disadvantages of AI? Lack of transparency, lying about using AI. We can also say that AI is a plagiarism tool. If you use it, you're basically taking some works and mixing them up, and that is not good. Then bias and discrimination, which is something based off misinformation. The internet is full of misinformation, so AI is trained out of the internet, so of course it is going to be it will have a lot of misinformation in it. We have to search and dig deeper than what it gave us about its important information. Then we have privacy concerns and security risks, which is very important because once I searched something on my PC, then went to the TV and I got the exact same results as I was searching for. Then ethical dilemmas, which the most known one is the trolley problem. Imagine you are stuck in a train track, and then there's another one. There's a train unstoppable that's coming. Are you going to pull the lever to save yourself, or are you going to sacrifice the two others that are stuck over there? And because our brain, which is our organic brain, which is inferior to artificial intelligence, has a lot of problems with these type of dilemmas, is going to be very, very hard for them, and they're always going to do a lot of mistakes. Then concentration of power are going to be a couple of companies, a couple of AIs are going to be condensed with all of the data, and no other competitor will be in the field. Then, and it will of course be a propaganda sharing machine, because if you have a single AI, it can give all the information that it wants to. So there won't be anyone else to prove them wrong. They're unparalleled. They're undefeated. Then AI job displacement, which is a very bad thing. We have to shape the future by using AI, not destroy ours. Then, for my last slide, responsible AI use. AI boosts efficiency, automates tasks, and creates new opportunities, but also raises privacy, bias, and job loss concerns. Businesses should protect privacy with strong security. Balancing innovation and responsibility is key for AI's and humans' future. As you can see in visual aid, this man right here has AI in his hands. It is not going out of his hands. He is controlling it to shape the future with it. And AI versatility and diligence really would help us in the future if we use it correctly. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Mehdi, for this rich presentation. You have really given us different insights about AI. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's move to the third speaker, Zineb Hilali. She'll be talking about the influence or the impact of social media on students. It's a very important topic, and I'm sure you parents will learn a lot of things from this topic. So thank you. Zineb, the floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Zineb Hilali, and today my presentation will be talking about the impacts of social media on students. The internet has become a basic need of our current generation. These days, most of the world's population uses the internet regularly. Also, more people are getting addicted to it by each passing day. The outline. Throughout this presentation, I'll talk about the following subject: the distribution of social media, How does social media affect students? What are its benefits and drawbacks? And what can we do to stop it from affecting students? The intro. Students are among the main people who refer to these channels to stay tuned with the latest updates and to establish connections with people. However, social media has also caused several negative impacts on students. Thus, it's important to educate students about how to use social media for positive results. What is social media? Social media refers to a variety of technologies that facilitate the sharing of ideas and information among their users. From Facebook to Instagram to X platforms, formerly Twitter, more than 4.7 billion people use social media, equals roughly to 60% of the world's population. In the year 2023, 94.8% of users exceed chat and messaging apps, followed closely by social platforms with 94.6%. How does social media affect students? Here are some adverse effects of social media. Addiction. Social media can be addictive. Students who spend too much time on social media may neglect their studies, relationships, and health. Cyberbullying. Cyberbullying takes place online or through text messaging. Cyberbullying can have a devastating impact on students, leading to depression, anxiety, and even suicide. Body image issues. Social media can promote unrealistic beauty standards, leading to students' body image issues. It is especially true for girls, who are most likely to be exposed to images of idealized bodies on social media. Sleep deprivation. The blue light emitted from screens can interfere with sleep. Students who spend too much time on social media before bed may need help falling asleep and staying asleep. Distraction. Social media can prove to be a major distraction for students. It can be easy to get stuck into scrolling on social media, making it difficult to focus on schoolwork. Pros and cons of social media. Social media platforms allow people to access information in real time, to connect with others, and to find niche communities. Niche communities is a group of people that share the same interests or goals. While the internet is broad, many people find their own niche communities to relate to and to share the sense of belonging. At its best, it's making the world more interconnected. On the other hand, social media is also very good at spreading disinformation, creating polarization, and even causing harmful psychological effects. At the same time, many teens use and overuse of social media has raised questions about its effects on their physical and mental health by distracting them, disrupting their sleep, and exposing them to bullying, rumors spreading unrealistic views of other people's lives, and peer pressure. Business, meanwhile, has found social media to be an often effective and relatively inexpensive way to reach customers and build an image for their brands. According to Facebook, more than 200 million people use its service for various purposes. Separately, close to 90% of marketers say they use Facebook for promotion. In 2022, media and search advertising spending made up roughly 55% of overall ad spending globally. It is also the fastest growing category across advertising channels. Negative impacts of social media. Mental health challenges. Frequent social media use has been linked to increased feelings of anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem among students. The pressure to maintain a created online persona and the exposure to cyberbullying contribute to negative mental health outcomes. Behavioral impact. Social media can influence students' behavior, leading to addictive usage patterns, social comparison, and diminished sense of real-world social skills. It may contribute to increased levels of impulsivity, distraction, and reduced face-to-face interactions. Academic performance. Excessive time spent on social media can lead to poor academic performance, reduced attention spans, and procrastination. It can also disrupt students' ability to focus and overall scholastic achievements. Strategies for healthy social media usage. Here are some strategies to help you use social media without a negative impact. The digital well-being. Encouraging students to establish healthy digital habits such as limiting screen time, setting boundaries, and promoting mindful use of social media. Incorporating digital well-being education can help students cultivate a balanced relationship with technology. Positive engagement. Promoting positive online interactions, empathy, and reasonable digital citizenship. Encouraging students to use social media as a tool for constructive engagement, creative expression, and contributing in meaningful conversations. Critical thinking empowering students to critically evaluate the content they encounter on social media, recognize misinformation, and develop media literacy skills. Teaching students to question and verify information enables them to navigate the digital landscape more effectively. That was my speech. I hope you liked it.
Thank you, Diazina, for this wonderful presentation. Thank you. Okay, so now, after talking about the effects of social media on students, of course, this really affects our health. So after that, we're going to see another presentation, which will be delivered by Sabrina Beloud. She'll be talking about the importance of mental health. And as we all know, taking care of our body is important, but at the same time, we have to take care of our mental health in order to have always that positive energy and live our life in a good way. So Sabrina, the floor is yours. Good luck.
Hello everybody. I hope my dear audience is in good shape. So, mental health is more than the absence of mental disorders. It exists on a complex continuum which is experienced differently from one person to the next with varying degrees of difficulty. So that's why me, Sabrina Beloud, a student from the 8th grade, is going to be presenting to you a topic that is very close to my heart, the importance of our mental health. Today, folks, I am going to be tackling these main elements. What is the definition of a mental health? Why mental health is a big problem? How to maintain a positive mental health. Consequences of not controlling your emotions. What is a mental illness? How do I know if I have a mental illness? And finally, the conclusion. Mental health. Mental health is a state of mental well-being that enables people to cope with stresses of life, realize their abilities, learn well and work well, and contribute to their community. It is an integral component of health and well-being that underpins our individual and collective abilities to make decisions, build relationships, and shape the world we live in. So, why mental health is a big problem? For example, the following factors can potentially result in a period of poor mental health: childhood abuse, trauma or neglect, social isolation, or loneliness. And having a mental health condition increases the risk of suicide and experiencing human rights violations. The economic consequences of mental health conditions are also enormous, with productivity losses significantly outstripping the direct costs of care, experiencing discrimination and stigma, including racism. Having good mental health is the key to having a happy and productive life. However, the demands of our daily life may cause us to forget to take care of our mental health. But it is also important to give the same level of attention to our mental health as we do to our physical health, because having a stable mind can help you manage stress, increase the level of your self-confidence, and overall improves your life. And it can also help you have a healthy relationship, move on quickly, and forget things quickly. So, how do you maintain a positive mental health? Get regular exercise. Just 30 minutes of walking every day can help you boost your mood and improve your health. For example, if you are feeling stressed, you can go out on a walk on a nice garden or in a nice park just so you can release your mind of those thoughts. Eat healthy regular meals and stay hydrated. Our human bodies contain 60% of water, so that's why hydration is a very important factor. Make sleep a priority. For example, if I don't get enough sleep, I wake up very moody and refuse to go on with my day. So that's why I advise you as a teenager to you adults so you can get a maximum 8 hours of sleep. Try a relaxing activity. For example, you can try painting, listening to calm music, try breathing for a while, or try having a massage. Set goals and priorities. Set achievable goals so you can be proud of yourself. Practice gratitude. Practice the way you speak, the way you act, your gestures. because some people might find that offensive. Focus on positivity. This is very important. You have to focus on positive things, positive activities, and stay away from negative people because they are no good. Stay connected. Stay connected on the internet, on the latest shows, movies, series, and much more. So, consequences of not controlling your emotions. When people are unable to control their emotions, the responses may be disruptive or inappropriate, given the situation or setting. Anger, sadness, anxiety, and fear are just some of the emotions a person may have. Being unable to control emotions can be temporary, and in the most severe cases, people with emotional dysregulation may become aggressive or violent because of difficulties controlling their emotions. Some may engage in self-harm or suicidal behaviors. Others may behave recklessly or in a way that puts them at risk or serious injuries or even death. Ladies and gentlemen, I can give you the most simplest example. For example, the most famous serial killer in the USA, Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer has only become aggressive just because he grew in a traumatic household and just because he couldn't control his emotions. So that's why controlling your anger and emotions is very important, because you can behave in a way that is recklessly, and you have to be cautious of the way you act. So, what is a mental illness? Mental illness, also called mental health disorders, refers to a wide range of mental health disorders that affect your mood, thinking, and behavior. Examples of mental illness include depression, anxiety disorders, schizophrenia, eating disorders, and addictive behaviors. Many people have mental health concerns from time to time, but a mental health concern becomes a mental illness when ongoing signs and symptoms causes frequent stress and affect your ability to function. A mental illness can make you miserable and can cause problems in your daily life, such as at school or work or in relationships. In most cases, symptoms can be managed with a combination of medications and talk therapy. For example, people suffering from mental illnesses are too afraid or too embarrassed to go seek help to a psychiatrist or to a therapist. But no, that is wrong. You have to go seek help. You have to help yourself. You have to help yourself so you can develop yourself and be a better person. So, how do I know if I have a mental illness? Mental health problems are common, so it's important to be aware of possible signs: feeling worried, depressed, guilty, worthless, or feeling an exaggerated sense of high may be signs of a mental health issue. Changes in sleep, weight, personal hygiene, or activity at school or work may hint at a mental health issue. There may not be a serious problem, but seek help if signs don't go away after 2 weeks. Don't ignore thoughts or threats of suicide. Seek help immediately if someone talks about suicidal thoughts or is engaging in high-risk activities. And finally, to conclude my presentation, a healthy mental state is essential for all learners to thrive in school and in their daily life. Positive mental well-being lies on a continuum along which individuals shift in relation to life stressors and biological and psychological factors. Mental health also includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also helps us determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, for this wonderful presentation, and I'm sure that everyone here, he or she is going to start taking care of his or her mental health. It's a very important topic. Thank you so much. So now, after talking about mental health, we have another important topic that is really crucial, and we have to mention it. So the topic is about racism. How can we fight racism? And how can we live in this world facing racism? So, The floor is yours. Good luck.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well. My name is Fatem Zara, and today I will be presenting my project about racism. Racism is everywhere. It can be observed in individual attitudes and behaviors, systemic structures, institutional practices, and even within cultural norms. Discrimination based on race or ethnicity can occur in education, employment, healthcare, criminal justice, and many other aspects of society. Combating racism is not only a collective responsibility, but also requires individual introspections and commitments to dismantling prejudiced beliefs and behaviors. My project is going to be tackling a definition of racism, types of racism, how can we avoid it, and the impacts of racism in our lives. Racism is a deeply ingrained and systemic belief system that involves discrimination, prejudice, and unequal treatment of individuals or groups based on their perceived race or ethnicity. By race, we mean people who are different from others by physical characteristics, such as the color of the skin, color of the hair, maybe the height or the weight, or the color of the eyes. It is a form of bias that can manifest at both individual and institutional levels, including social, economic, political, and cultural spheres. Racism can all start as a child being raised with negative thoughts, or can be brought about by personal reasons. For example, growing up in a racist family will give adolescents awful thoughts about a race without even experiencing how they really feel firsthand. This kind of person might use mental abuse. They can even get physically abusive towards the kind of race they are discriminated towards. This person might have a sort of attitudes that make them think that they are better than certain racial or ethnic groups. And now I'm going to be showing you some of the common types of racism. Racism can manifest in various forms, each with its own characteristics and impacts on individuals and communities. Here are some common types of racism. The first one, which is the individual racism, including overt racism, deliberate and explicit expressions of racial prejudice, such as using racial slurs, making discriminatory comments, or engaging in hate speech. We mean by racial slurs all those harmful words or phrases that people use to degrade people of color. Covert racism, subtle and often unintentional expressions of racism, which may include microaggressions, implicit biases, or actions that perpetuate stereotypes. Systemic racism, institutional racism, policies, practices, and procedures within institutions that disproportionately disadvantage certain racial or ethnic groups, leading to systemic inequalities in areas such as education, employment, healthcare, and criminal justice. Then we have the structural racism, embedded societal structures that perpetuate racial disparities, such as redlining, which historically discriminated against minority communities in housing. Third one, which is the cultural racism, cultural stereotyping, generalizations, and oversimplified assumptions about certain racial or ethnic groups, often perpetuated through media, literature, and cultural representations. This means that, for example, some people take some wrong assumptions about certain racial or ethnic groups. For example, they will say that Easterners are racist. Well, those are all just oversimplified assumptions. Cultural appropriations, taking elements of another culture without understanding or respecting its significance, which can reinforce stereotypes and contribute to cultural insensitivity. In this case, we really should not believe everything we hear until we learn about the history and read about it to not misunderstand certain things. And of course, the most important part in my project is to know how can we avoid this kind of problem. Avoiding racism involves cultivating awareness, understanding, and actively practicing that promote inclusivity and equality. Here are some ways to contribute to a more anti-racist and tolerant society. First thing, we need to educate ourselves by learning about the history of racism, including its roots, its its manifestations and impacts on marginalized communities. We need to stay informed about current events and issues related to that racial prejudice and social justice. 2. Challenge stereotypes. Question and challenge stereotypes and prejudice both in ourselves and in others. We have to be conscious of language that may perpetuate stereotypes and work to use inclusive and respectful terminology. Examine implicit biases. We have to reflect on our own biases and unconscious attitudes toward different racial or ethnic groups. Participate in workshops or training programs to address and reduce implicit biases. 4. Promote inclusivity. We have to encourage diversity in our social circles, workplaces, and communities. We have to support and engage with initiatives that promote inclusivity and celebrate diversity. But the most important part is to speak up against discrimination, challenge discriminatory comments or behaviors when we encounter them, even if it is uncomfortable. We have to advocate for fairness and equal treatment in all settings. The impact of racism is profound and wide-ranging, affecting individuals, communities, and societies in various aspects of life. Here are some key areas where racism has a significant impact. Social and psychological consequences. Individuals who experience racism may face discrimination and prejudice, leading to feelings of isolation or exclusion and a sense of not belonging. Racism can contribute to mental health issues such as anxiety, depression, or post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Economic disparities. Systemic racism can result in unequal access to economic opportunities, leading to disparities in income and wealth between different racial or ethnic groups. Employment discrimination. Discriminatory hiring practices and workplace discrimination can limit career advancements and job opportunities for certain groups. For example, in the job place, some people may face racism just because of their color of the skin, their ethnicity, or their race or origins. Moreover, they do not get the same benefits as the other that do not have that same color. For example, increase in salary or job rewards. Educational inequalities. Marginalized communities may have limited access to quality education, leading to lower academic achievements and reduced opportunities for higher education. Just like I said, some people or students may face racism just because, like I said, of their skin or their origins. Moreover, they do not get a high level of education. To sum up everything that has been stated so far, the fight against racism is a collective endeavor that requires sustained efforts, empathy, and the commitment to create a more just and equitable society. To effectively combat racism, individuals, communities, and institutions must engage in a multi-phase approach that addresses both overt and systemic manifestations of discrimination. For me, we really need to get rid of that problem to live a good life and so that everyone gets their rights and their freedom. Thank you all for your attention.
Thank you, Hamza. Thank you for the wonderful presentation. I'm really proud of you all. Just the fact of coming here and standing and speaking in front of people is a very good step, is something good. And I'm really proud of you. And now, talking about personality, of course, because public speaking develops your personality, Malak Najdoubi is going to talk about an important topic, which is how can we develop our personality as teenagers. The floor is yours, Malak. Good luck.
Good morning and welcome everybody. Today I'm going to talk about the most important period in your life, teenagers. Here you build your personality, your things and yourself. So personality development grooms an individual and helps him make a mark of his or her own. Individuals need to have a style of their own for others to follow them. Do not blindly copy others. You need to set an example for people around. Personality development do not only make you look good and presentable, but also helps you face the world with a smile. Personality development goes a long way in reducing stress and conflicts. It encourages people to look at the brighter sides in life. So, in my presentation, I'm going to talk about the definition of personality and how to raise your self-confidence to the top. Next, how can teenagers develop a good personality? And finally, do parents and teachers play a role in a teenager personality development? Let's start with what is personality. Personality traits reflects people's characteristics, patterns of thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Personality is not fixed and can be developed over time. For example, Melek in the primary school is not the same. I feel that I'm developed. I have strong personality. I am more confident. I can do everything I want. I'm just working on myself and I don't care about anyone. Let's see how to raise your self-confidence to the top. First, stop comparing yourself to others. How can you compare yourself to someone in social media? It's just fake reality. Nothing is true, there's just filters. Next, surround yourself with positive people. If you are surrounded with positive people, you are a positive person, you have a positive mind, positive thoughts, positive actions. So just stay away of negative energy. Be kind to yourself and take care of yourself, of your mental health, of your physical health. Trust me, your health is everything. Just take care of yourself and be kind to yourself. Face your fears and challenge your capacities, what you can do and what you cannot. And I know that you can do everything, you can do it, just trust yourself and you will succeed, inshallah. Know when to say no. The word no is something difficult, but I know it's easy for you. No, you can say no, I don't want to be with you, I don't want to do that, I have something else. It's simple, just do it. And now we're going to see how to develop your personality. First, positive mindset. Foster a positive outlook on life and encourage them to focus on their strengths, practice gratitude, and maintain a hopeful attitude even in face of challenges. As I said, just face your fears and you can do it. Trust yourself. Secondly, confidence. Help teenagers build self-confidence by setting achievable goals, celebrating successes, and encourage them to step out of their comfort zone. Confidence comes from taking risks and learning from fears. If you do something and you fail, it's okay. You do it again and again and again, and one moment you will succeed. And now we're going to see the parents and teachers play a role in a teenager personality development. Of course they do. Of course you do. You as parents, you as teachers, you have to be close to your teenager, be their best friend, share with them ideas, activities, and in the same time give them space to express themselves, what they are feeling in front of their hearts. And create a supportive environment. Provide a nurturing and supportive home environment where teenagers feel safe to express themselves and explore their interests and talents without fear of judgment. If you trust your teenager and you give them a chance, they will do what they can do and all what they have, and without fear of judgment. Just don't touch them and respect their opinions. They have opinions too, they are human, and sometimes there are really good ideas that can really help you. Encourage independence. Allow teenagers to make decisions and take responsibilities for their action. Responsibility is really important in our life. If you do something and you fail, it's okay, you have your responsibility, you can do it. Foster open communication. Establish open and honest communication channels where teenagers feel comfortable discussing their thoughts, feelings, and concerns. If you talk with your teenager, they feel safe. They can tell you everything. You are their best friend. Be positive role models. Don't forget parents. Your children and your teenager follow your steps. So be the best and give them the best version of yourself and be the best example. And in conclusion, I'm gonna talk with you, teenager. Don't care about anyone. Just focus on yourself, on your goals, on your future. You can do it. And stay away of negative energy. In life, there is two kinds of people: good people and bad people. Bad people don't want you to be on the top and to succeed your goals and to achieve your goals. So just do it and don't care, you can do it. I want to thank my dear teacher Zina. She really helped me a lot. Thank you so much, teacher. My lovely friends. I want to thank my family too, especially my auntie. She's the most important person in my life. I love her so much. She's always telling me, do not care, just do what you want, and you can do it. And remember, be nice. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you, Meles, for this wonderful presentation. Thank you. I'm sure that parents have learned a lot of things, okay, and how they will deal with their children. So after we'll have another presentation. Of course, we cannot close this ceremony without talking about the role of women in life. And Rita is going to talk about women in Islam, which is a very important topic. So Rita, wish you good luck. The floor is yours.
Good morning, everyone. I hope that life is teaching you. I'm so happy and glad for being here, talking, expressing the topic that I feel. Women in Islam. I have chosen this topic because I saw that there is a lot of boys and men, they do not know the crucial role that women are playing in our lives and their lives too. So, in many societies, a woman is still regarded as second class, citing deprived of various basic rights enjoyed by the male population. And deeply resenting the discrimination, they have championed a fight to obtain for themselves the rights and respect that they deserve. And Islam was the first religion working hard to try and give these women the rights and respect that they deserve. My presentation contains an introduction to clarify some things and women in Islamic society and how Islamic society is treating women, women's roles in life, and of course the equality between genders, and a conclusion to finalize my topic. Women in Islam hold a significant role and have rights that are protected by Islamic teachings. They are valued for their contribution to society, whether it's their roles as mothers, wives, scholars, or professionals. Islam promotes equality and respect for women, emphasizing their education, empowerment, and participation in various aspects of life. This means that if man is the half of the society, so the woman is the other half, and both are essential to build a powerful and strong society. And this is its benefit for us. Women in Islamic society. The woman is recognized by Islam as a full and equal partner of man in the procreation of humankind. He is the father, she is the mother, and both are essential for life. Islam acknowledges and emphasizes the importance of the woman's role in her family and society as a mother. God has knowledge of all things, women therefore. This means that if you're at home, who's cooking, who's cleaning, who's helping you for doing what you want? It's your mom, of course. She is the one and only that's helping you at home and of course outside too. Women's role in life. Women's role in life are uncountable, but I have chosen the most important roles. Women as mother. Women are highly respected in Islam as mother. They have the crucial role of nurturing, raising the new generation, and instilling values and providing love and care to their children. Personally, I can't even imagine my life without my mom. She is the one and only that loving, caring.
Go ahead, Rita. You're a strong person. Go ahead. You're a strong person. Continue. Go ahead.
I'm sure that you have the same opinion as me. Women as a wife, Islam emphasizes the importance of a strong and powerful and harmonious material relationship. Women are valued as partners and companions to their husbands, sharing responsibilities and supporting each other. And here I can give you the example of our Prophet and his wife Aisha, and how much support she was supporting her husband, in a bad way or a good way. Women have played a significant role as scholars in Islamic history. They have contributed to various fields of knowledge, including Quranic interpretation, Hadith studies, and jurisprudence, and more. And here we can say the example of our dear teachers and how much effort they are doing for our best and for learning us a lot of information and equality between genders. And this is the most important part in my topic. Equality between genders. Equality of men and women is a fundamental principle in Islam. Both genders are considered as equal in the worth, dignity, and rights. Islam promotes justice and fairness, ensuring that men and women have equal access to education, empowerment opportunities, and legal rights, while recognizing their unique roles and responsibilities. Islam emphasizes that both men and women are equal in eyes of God. In conclusion, women in Islam hold important roles, are valued for their contributions, and are granted rights and protections. They play vital roles as mothers, wives, scholars, or professionals, and are encouraged to pursue education and careers. Islam promotes equality and respect for women, emphasizing the worth and dignity. Women in Islam have the opportunity to thrive and make significant contribution to society. And here, I want to thank every strong, independent, powerful woman is sitting here and listening to this. Thank you, dear moms, for being here to their children and for us. Thank you, dear wives, for being the best partner for your husband, sharing responsibility, and of course, supporting each other. Thank you, dear teachers, or men, or doctors, or architects. Thank you for being here for our society, and of course, you are marking our life and our future. And don't forget, be respectful. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the nice presentation. Thank you so much. And of course, life is not only all the time full of happiness, but sometimes it's like we might encounter sad moments. And today, Reem Wahabi is going to talk about how can we manage a sad situation and talking about coping with the loss of a loved one. Reem, the floor is yours. Good luck.
Good morning, everyone. Life can be challenging and simple at the same time. Everyone encounters difficult situations that have significantly altered their lives. For example, the loss of a loved one is a difficult moment for many individuals. However, it is important to remember that what doesn't kill us can strengthen us. Today, I'm standing to talk to you about how can we overcome moments of sadness, and why not to share with you some of my tips, because life will not stop and we should carry on what the problem or the situation is. In my presentation, I'm going to talk first about the grieving process and stages of grief, then seeking support, self-care during bereavement, remembering and honoring our loved one, adjusting to life after loss, finding meaning and purpose. So, the grieving process. There is 5 stages of grief. First, denial. Denial refers to the period of grieving during which a person refuses to accept the reality. Anger. Anger is a normal emotion after someone dies. Death can seem cruel and unfair, especially when you feel that someone has died before their time or you have plans for the future together. Bargaining. Bargaining is trying to negotiate or find a way to bring the loved one back, often expressed through if-only statements and asking a lot of what-if questions, and maybe for things to go back and change it differently. Depression. Depression is a constant stage of grief
depression can stop you to continue your natural activities. Acceptance. Acceptance is when you're finally able to accept the reality and move on. Seeking support. In this difficult time, the most important thing is support. First, from your family and friend. Then, support group, like someone who is experiencing the same losses. And professional help, like a therapy. Self-care during bereavement. Self-care is important because when you have a good mental or you are good in your mental health, you can pass this difficult time. So first, prioritize rest. Allow yourself to take breaks. Get adequate sleep and restore your energy level. Engage in mindfulness. Practice activities like meditation, sports. Nourish your body. Eat a balanced diet and stay hydrated to support your physical and emotional well-being. Seek comfort. Engage in activities that bring you joy and sense of peace. Remembering and honoring your loved one. First, a memory box. Create a special box that contains the photos of your loved one or their meaningful items. And for example, planting a tree. Planting a tree with your name of your loved one, or a special garden as a living tribute to your loved one's memory. Adjusting to life after loss. First, rebuilding routines. Establish new daily rituals and routines to provide structure and a sense of stability. Redefining roles. Adapt to the changes in life and responsibilities as you navigate life without your loved one. Embracing new perspectives. Explore ways to find meaning and purpose in your life while honoring your loved one's legacy. Finding meaning and purpose. First, volunteering. You can volunteer in work, for example, like the babysitting. Establish a legacy. Consider creating a memorial fund or a scholarship with your loved one's name to honor him. Personal growth. Reflect on how the experience of loss has shaped your perspective and seek opportunities for personal growth. And the last thing, finding meaning. Explore ways to find meaning and purpose in your life, even in the mindset of profound loss. Now I'm going to talk to you about my personal experience with the loss of my grandfather. Personally, my grandfather's death has greatly affected me. He was suffering from cancer for 16 years. I always see his face lying on his bed, waiting for me to come back from school. I always held my grandmother and my mom and feed him every night with my hands like a baby. And seeing that smile on his face, that smile that I will never ever forget. All I have now are memories. After his loss, I was looking like this faded flower. But with time and support from my family, I defaced that time. And I became like this flower. Like this, with a beautiful life with my family that I love so much. And I just want to say to my grandfather that I love him so much and I miss him. Thank you for listening to me.
Excellent, Queen. Excellent. Okay, so this is life and we have to carry on no matter what the situation is. I'm really proud of you all. And now let's move to another presentation. So after talking about all these things, talking about sad moments, happy moments, now let's move to another topic. Okay, so music in our life. Of course, we're going to summarize and talk about the importance of music in our life and the impact of music on our emotions and behavior. Hajan, the floor is yours. I wish you good luck.
and today I'm going to give a speech on the impact of music on emotion and behavior. Music is not just a form of entertainment, it is an aspect of the human experience, enriching our lives in different ways and touching us on a deeply emotional level and holds a profound significance in our lives. Enriching our lives in various ways, such as community and communication, stress relief, emotional expression, or mood enhancement. Today in my presentation, I will shed light on the effects of music on emotion and behavior. To start my presentation, I will talk about the impact of music on emotion and behavior. It explores how music affects our feelings and actions. It delves into how different types of music makes us feel. Happy, sad, calm, or energized, and how these emotions can influence our behavior. Understanding how music influences emotion and behavior is crucial because it helps us harness its power for positive outcomes, whether it's in therapy, teaching, or many activities. The emotional responses to music. There are 4 common types of music. Pop music often makes people feel happy or uplifted because it's usually played at a birthday party or a party or happy events in general. Because pop music usually makes the brain release a neurotransmitter called dopamine. Blues tend to evoke feelings of sadness. For example, if you're watching a movie and the main character dies or there is a scene of somebody crying, you're going to hear sad music because they want the watcher to feel as realistic, to feel that the experience is as realistic as possible. Rock music can elicit feelings of excitement. For example, if you're watching an energy drink ad, you're not going to hear sad music or classical music. You're going to hear rock energetic music. It's a very smart marketing strategy to make the consumer want to buy more of that product. Classical music is often associated with feelings of relaxation. If you go to a cafe or a spa, you're going to hear classical music because they want you to stay there as long as possible and to feel as relaxed as possible. The neuroscience of music. Music makes our brain active in many ways. It helps us process sounds, feelings, and how we move. It also makes us feel good by releasing chemicals called neurotransmitters. They bring out emotions in people. Understanding how music affects our brain helps us use it to help people, like in therapy or teaching, or other areas like getting better after an injury. There are 2 most crucial neurotransmitters. We have dopamine. It's responsible to release happy chemicals in our brain. When you're listening to your favorite song, you're going to feel happy because your brain releases dopamine. And we have serotonin. It's responsible to release sadness or an uncomfortable feeling when you're somewhere you don't want to be or you're listening to a boring lecture. Cultural influences. We know that there are many cultures and each one is different and unique. For example, Brazilian music is mostly exciting and they use different instruments and they move a lot and dance. Or Arabian music or Middle Eastern music. It's usually calm and kind of like classical music and it's not gonna make you want to dance or move a lot. So these are the differences in cultural music. Music and memory. Music is closely tied to memory because it often becomes associated with significant events or the people we were with. For example, listening to a song you always heard in your childhood, it's gonna bring memories, nostalgia, or smelling the cookies your mom used to bake when you were a child. It's gonna make you feel some type of way and it's gonna make you feel happy. When we hear these songs, they trigger memories associated with time or place or with people we first heard them with. The emotions we felt and the emotional connection makes the music feel deeply personal, and the lyrics also play a big role on how we feel about the music. Therapy. Music therapy is used to treat many illnesses, such as autism, or Down syndrome, even physical injuries. Many teachers use music in teaching, or therapists also, they use music in helping students, whether it's by playing music, listening to the instrument, or dancing. And we have this lady, she's an example of how music helped her. She was getting a tumor removed, and the doctors asked her to play the violin during the 3-hour surgery to know if a specific part of her brain was still functioning. Luckily, after the surgery, it went well, and she recovered completely. And this technique actually helped. To conclude, to finish my presentation, music evokes emotions like joy, sadness, excitement through melody, rhythm, and lyrics. Like I said earlier, if you go to the gym, you're not going to hear sad music, you're going to hear pop music or rock. It's meant to make you feel as motivated as possible to want to work out and move. Neurotransmitters are very important. Dopamine and serotonin influence how we feel about the music a lot. Also, cultural background shapes how we feel about the music. If you're from somewhere that happy music is very popular, and then you go to another country where they only play jazz or like calmer kind of songs, you're gonna feel maybe sad. You're not gonna feel like you did back home. Music triggers memories and can evoke strong emotions tied to the past. For example, if you used to hear a specific song with a family member that isn't here anymore, and then you listen to it, you're gonna feel sad, you're gonna feel nostalgic, you're gonna want to go back to that moment. In different settings, music affects behavior, boosting productivity at work, influencing shopping habits, and energizing athletes in sport. Music does influence how we work, whether if it's a job or studying. Playing white noise is actually very helpful for the brain to be able to focus on what the person is doing. It also influences shopping habits, and this is a marketing strategy. Sometimes you're going to the mall, you want to get one thing, and then you end up with 2 big shopping bags, and you're like, how did that happen? It's because usually at the store they play energizing music to put you in a good mood to want to buy more. It also energizes athletes in sports, like I said, dancing studios or in the gym. They will play exciting music to make you want to move more, dance more. So there's so much more to learn about music, how music influences us, and how we can harness its powerful positive outcomes. Dive deeper into research and discover new ways on how music can enrich our lives. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yolanda, for the wonderful presentation. Thank you.
A great pleasure to be here today. We enjoyed, I can say, it's a celebration. Okay, it's a celebration for us to see outstanding students speaking in front of audience freely, fluently, showing us that they can make use of English, and they have exploited the long experience, they have accumulated the long years of studies since kindergarten, primary, and middle school towards high school. I know for us, as jury members, you are all winners. You are all winners. Please applaud for yourselves. Here, as I told you before, we are not only here to judge, but we are to encourage you and to inspire as well. So, I will start by naming the candidate who got the 3rd position. I know a lot of names come to your minds, but believe me, you are all winners again. So, the 3rd position is for Malak Mshoubi. So I will invite Mrs. Naima to join me here on stage to deliver the presentation and the gifts. Here you go. Congratulations. I can do without it. Don't worry. I know. The best quality. So, the second position again is for a student among, let's say, outstanding ones. Okay? So, join me in welcoming Fatim Zarafrikhat. So, I will invite. Okay. I don't know where it is. She is not there. Oh, sorry. Oh. Madame Hilo, please join us. Please. Okay. Thank you, Madame Lehlo, for joining us. Okay, I know this is the best moment everyone is waiting for. Okay, I think many people are trying to guess. Okay, some may be right, some may be wrong. But, as I said, you are all top winners. So, who do you think got the first? Oh my God, they made the right guess. So here, join me in inviting the first position winner. It's Rita Shimlani. So I will ask Mr. Karim to join us, please, for presenting the certificate and the prize. I know everyone enjoyed her speech. So please, now we move to the other participants, and I will invite you to join us here on the stage. So please, Hajar Ait Daoud. One by one. So please, Sukaina, join us in presenting the certificate to her. Thank you. Just come over here. The next participant is Reem Al-Wahabi. So I invite Mr. Hisham to join us, please, to present the certificate to her. Thank you, Mr. Hisham. There you go. The next participant is Sabrina Beloud. I invite Mr. Nordin to join us, please. Present the certificate. There you go. Done. So the next participant is Zainab Hilali. I will invite Mrs. Naima to join us, please. Yeah.
Hassan, there is also Zainab. Zainab, don't forget Zainab, the teacher.
No, don't worry. Okay. Okay, I'm coming. No problem. Sabrina, I will explain to you again. No, we still have two.
No?
One.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so the next participant is Mehdi Zraouni. I will invite Mrs. Turia to join us, please. Thank you. Okay, I had a plan in my mind just to end delivering the certificate to the participants and the winners by inviting one of, as we say in Arabic, Junud al-Khafa, okay, soldiers in the background. I want you to join me in inviting and welcoming the most excellent teacher. Okay, we have seen her results today through the outcomes of her students. She's Mrs. Zinab. Please join us to deliver the presentation to Islam Huwash. Congratulations to you.